Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my virtual class of English. Today I am going to explain you the ninth chapter of First Flight, that is Madam Rides the Bus, which is written by Vallikannan. It is a sensitive story. So before starting with the story, let's see about the author. Vallikakkanan is a pseudonym. Pseudonym means the false name of R.S. Krishnaswamy. So many a times the writers they use the false name for writing the novels, or you can say the pen name also. He was born on 12 November 1920 and died on 9 November 2006. He was a Tamil writer, journalist, critic, and translator from Tamil Nadu, India. He wrote a total of 75 books in his life, and those books consist of novels, novellas, poetry collections, plays, and anthologies. In 1978, he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award for Tamil for his critical work on modern Tamil poetry, Pudu Kavithayin, Thothar Mam Valacharium, Lit, which means lit the birth and growth of modern Tamil. Then, introduction of the chapter. What is the chapter all about? This is a sensitive story of an 8-year-old girl. It describes her first bus journey into the world outside her village. The outside world is fascinating, and the bus ride a mysterious journey. She wants to experience this mysterious journey alone. She finds each minute information provided by her neighbors regarding the bus journey and collected money for the bus fare. One day she goes on the bus ride alone and comes back with a new experience. So let's find out what was her new experience. Valli or Valiammai was a girl of 8 years. She was very much eager about things. She had no playmates, so standing on the doorway of her house had become her favorite pastime. She used to stand on the doorway of her house and look at the things going on in the street. But she was very much fascinated for the bus ride. So she used to see the people coming and going in the bus, and she really wanted to have a ride on the bus. It was a source of unending joy for her. There travelled a bus between her village and a nearest town on an interval of an hour. That means after every 1 hour, the bus used to travel between her village and a town. That means that the last destination of the bus was the town. She had collected some details about the bus journey from her neighbors and the regular travelers. So, from her neighbors and the people who used to regularly travel on that bus, she collected few information. Though what were those informations? The informations were: first, the last destination of the bus was a town. It started from the village and the last destination was town. Secondly, it was about 6 miles away from her village. That particular town was 6 miles away from her village. The fare was 30 paise for one way. One round trip 30 paise, then round trip 60 paise. The trip to the town took 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes to complete the journey. So she planned to take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus so that she could return by about 2:45. So she thought that whenever she will go on a ride on a bus, she will take the bus of 1 o'clock afternoon so that by 2:45 she will be back. The reason behind that was her mother used to take a nap during that time. One fine spring day afternoon, she planned to travel when her mother was having her nap. Valli was standing on the roadside waiting for the bus. The afternoon bus was on the point of leaving the village. Suddenly, the conductor heard someone shouting, "Stop the bus! Stop the bus!" The bus slowed down and the conductor peeped outside. He peeped outside to look who was calling. It was Valli who wanted to board the bus. Standing outside the bus, Valli told that she had to go to the town. She showed some coins and got into the bus. Some coins means whatever the coin 60 paisa she was having in her hand. She showed that paise coins to the conductor. The conductor was a jolly fellow. He called her a fine madam and pointed towards a seat. It was the slack time of the day. Slack time means it was not quite a busy time of the day, so there was less passenger in the bus. So very few individuals were traveling in the bus. All passengers were looking at the conductor and Wally. On hearing the whistle, the bus started moving. Here you can see that the conductor called Wally fine madam because when she was about to board in the bus, the conductor offered her hand and asked her to just hold his hand and get into the bus, but she refused to do so. So she acted in a very matured way. That's why, in a very joking manner, the conductor called her, "Yes, madam." Wally was elated and was enjoying everything through her own eyes. The road was narrow. On one side there was a canal. Beyond it there were palm trees, grassland, mountains, sky and green fields. So she was thoroughly enjoying her journey. She wanted to have the full view from the window, but there was a curtain which was blocking her view. So she stood on her seat. She was just a girl of 8 years, so she wasn't able to take the full view from the bus because there was a curtain which was disturbing her. All looked very wonderful for Wally. An elderly man, out of concern, called Wally as child. He asked her to sit down lest she would hurt herself on any bend or sudden braking. So the old man sitting next to her told her to be seated because if the driver will apply brake, then she would fall down. Wally was surprised for calling her a child. She did not like if anybody was calling her a. The conductor told that she was very grown up, madam, as a mere girl cannot travel all alone. So, as I already told you, that conductor was a very jolly fellow. So again, he was just doing fun, and he said, "Ki no, no, don't call her a child because she is a very grown up girl because a child cannot travel alone." In an angry way, she looked towards the conductor and demanded the ticket. The conductor punched a ticket and gave it to her. He asked her not to stand when she had paid for a seat. So he just told Wali that since you have paid for the seat, so please don't stand, be seated. The bus stopped. Some more passengers came in the bus. On seeing them, Wali sat down lest some passengers should sit over it. So just a 8 year girls, but 8 year girl, but she was very matured. She was very sensible, you can say. That's why when she saw that some more passengers entering the bus, she immediately sat down thinking that others might sit on her seat. At that time, an elderly woman got into the bus. She sat beside Wali. She questioned her if she was all alone. Wali did not like her. The reason why she did not like her, there were big holes in her ears. The earrings were very ugly. She was chewing the betel nut. Betel nut is pan. Wali was fearing lest its juice should fall at any moment. So she was fearing that the betel nut which she was having, the juice of it will fall on her frock, on her dress. She again interrogated Wali. In turn, Wali gave a curt reply and asked her to mind her own business. So, very straightforward, she gave her a reply and she said, "Better mind your own business." It was her first journey, so the very first time she was traveling in a bus. She had planned it very well, and it was not like any other children that she just took some money and she went for a ride. No, she did it in a very planned way. That 60 paise, how she saved those 60 paise, just see here. She had saved all her stray coins that come her way. So all the money which was given by any of the people of the change money which she used to get, she has kept all those money. She saved all those money. Then she even resisted the temptation of buying toys and balloons, etc. So, when she never bought toys and balloons, even if she went in a fair also, because she had to save those money for the bus ride. At the village fair too, she controlled herself not to enjoy the ride in the merry-go-round. So she didn't even go on merry-go-round just because she had to save money for the bus ride. So you from this you can make out she was such a matured girl, though she was 8 years old, but according to her age she was really mature. Thus she had collected enough money for her journey. Her next problem was to slip out of the house. Now the first part was cleared, that she collected the money. First step she has done. Now the second was how to slip out of the house. That means nobody notices her when she goes for this ride. Otherwise nobody will allow, since she is such a young girl. She knew that her mother used to sleep daily after lunch. Wally decided to use these hours for her journey. Most often, she used these hours for her excursions. Excursions means just going in the streets, finding, exploring the things. She used to utilize that time for this purpose, because those time, sorry, because in that period of time her mother used to take a nap means short sleep in the afternoon. So she that's why she decided to take the afternoon bus, because she could easily go for a ride without letting anybody know. The bus was rolling across the landscape. Wali was happy. She was enjoying everything. She clapped her hands with glee. There came a young cow running fast in front of the bus. The driver sounded his horn loudly, but the animal became more and more frightened. It galloped in front of the bus. It was funny for Wali. At last, the cow moved off the road. So, when she saw the cow in front of the bus and running here and there, so it was really a funny thing, because the first time all the thing which was happening she was seeing the first time. So she it all appeared very funny to her. She was really enjoying and clapping her hands with happiness. The bus came to a railroad crossing. The train passed with utmost roar and rattle. Then the bus passed through a busy shopping street and came on a wide thoroughfare with glittering shops on either side of it. Wally was fascinated and awestruck to see the displays of clothes and the big crowd. It was the last destination of the bus. See, since that area was a town and Wally was living in a village, so she was really fascinated, and she was surprised, shocked to see the display of clothes, because in a town on both the sides of the road there were shops. There were shops of clothes, there were shops of eatables, many things, and there was a large crowd also. It was a very busy street, and a big crowd was there. Such crowd wasn't there. Never you can find it in a village. It was the last destination of the bus. That means she has reached the town. Now all the passengers got off the bus except Wali. So everybody they got down, because they have to go to the town. So everybody got down except Wali. Wali remained in the bus. The conductor asked her if she was not ready to get off the bus. Wali replied that she would travel back on the same bus, and gave her 30 coins to the conductor. So she said no, she will travel back to her village with this bus only. So she said, I won't get down. She refused. Even the conductor offered her some eatables. Then also she refused. She said no, because why she said no? Because she was not having the money to buy anything, and she did not want to take anything from the conductor. So she handed over that 30 passive for left with her to the conductor for the round trip to the village. He felt surprised and questioned what the matter was. Wally replied that she only left to have a bus ride, nothing else. Only left means only money left for a bus ride. The conductor offered her a cold drink, but Wally refused. She went on sitting till the bus resumed his journey. She got her ticket. The same wonderful sights were before her eyes. on her return journey. Then she suddenly saw a young cow dead by the roadside. She inquired the conductor if it was the same cow. The conductor nodded his head. Now she was overcome with sadness. Her memory haunted her. So now what happened while on her return journey she saw a cow dead, and after inquiring she found out that it was the same cow which was running in front of the bus while she was going to the town. So when she heard that, she became very sad. She thought that she had been a lovely animal a little while ago, but all her charm was lost. So when she saw the same cow crushed and was bleeding, she felt very sad. I mean, she was thinking the cow which was alive when in the same morning, sorry, same afternoon, when she was going to the town, it was running here and there, and now when she's coming back from the journey, she find the same particular cow dead. That made her cry. She felt very sad, and then she was trying to understand the meaning of life and death in her own terms. Then it was the time she reached the village. She stood up and she told the conductor to see him again because again she wanted to go on a ride. The conductor smiled and answered, Madam, whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us. And don't forget to bring your fare. Wally laughed and went running for her home. When Wally entered the house, she saw her mother talking with one of her aunts from the neighborhood. She was from South Street. She was a chatterbox. She asked Wally where she had been. So she found her mother talking to one of the aunt, and that aunt asked Wally where she had been. That means from where she is coming, right? Wally only smiled. Her mother only remained busy with her. So her mother, she didn't notice Wally, and she was busy talking with her friend. Both were discussing about the things outside the world. So they were discussing the things outside the world. Outside the world means beyond their house. Wally told that so many things were happening without their knowledge. So that particular incident of the cow, that made her answer Wally. She said that there are many things which we don't know, but it is still happening in the world. Her aunt was surprised and said that Wally was talking like a grown up lady. So, this is very true. Many things are happening in the world. Some of things we come to know through the news channels and through the newspapers and all that, but there are still many more things which we don't get to know about. So the way she answered her aunt said that Wali is talking like a grown-up lady. As such, in many instances in the story, it can be seen that she acted like a matured girl. With this, we come to the end of the chapter. Please, this is just a summary. Again, I want to repeat. Please go through each and every line of your chapter. This is my humble request to all of you. Please. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye.